Welcome to my fish room.
You went to the casino last night? You don't know how to do math? Well, you do realize that casinos are for people who don't know how to do math.
Is it
Well, let's see. No, shit, Carl, we hadn't gone out in 2 years.
Up the ante means raise the bet.
No, I mean like where they the
Oh, yeah,
possibility that you're
Well,
winning.
it go out
You're not, when you up the ante, they don't increase the odds of winning.
But like on a Sunday when it's slow, do
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning a fish tank with my boy.
Okay, I got a question for you.
What's your question?
The question rotifers. And I
Rotifers.
got them in the 5-gallon bucket.
Okay.
I know they're in there.
Yeah?
Are you sure?
And do you just siphon them out and put them in little bags and then seal it and put it in the fridge?
Well, you can if you want to store them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I gotta store them. I mean, I can't have them.
Okay, so basically, just put them in bags, put a little bit of green in them for them, because even though they're cold, they still eat.
Why do you have to
Yeah.
store it?
Well, because he needs them for when he gets
I
babies.
had to add some of that stuff the other day, a week ago, because water got almost white.
Yeah. And have you been
I
siphoning
know.
them out and then changing the water?
What?
Aaron, when you pick those stones up, pick them up slowly so you don't get all the mulm flying around. That way you can suck it off the bottom. You don't have to deal with it later.
You're gonna have to go away now.
Well, no, just pick the rocks up slowly and then you don't have to get the white net.
Clearly you already have to get the white net.
No, you can just wait until it settles down again and then siphon it off the bottom. I'm in no hurry. So yeah, just strain them out. Like, strain the rotifers through the rotifer strainer. Have some fresh, clean water. And just put a little bit of Phyto in it to make it green, like the bag was when you got it. And then seal them up and put them in the fridge. Good for a few weeks.
They're only good for a couple of weeks?
Well, yeah. If you want them to last longer, siphon them out again, put them in fresh water, because remember, they're producing pollution while they're in that bag, even if they're cold.
You have to put them in fresh water?
New salt water. When I say fresh water, I mean fresh, newly mixed or whatever, fresh salt water, but don't use RO water, use just regular water.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can store them for a few weeks and then strain them out. And
That way. How long are they good for in the bag?
all depends how concentrated. You see, when we get the Reef Crew bags, they have 200,000 in them, so they're really concentrated, and those bags have a shelf life of, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, and then he says they're good for weeks after that. So if you don't have them
How do you know whether you got 200,000 in there?
because he counts them.
Yeah, right.
You count them using a disc with the little squares on it, and if you got 500 in that little square, or if you got 50, then you extrapolate to how many you got. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What squares?
Okay.
You lost me.
When people are counting really tiny things, they take a special petri dish that has a grid of squares drawn on the bottom of it. And they put a known size sample in there, and then they count how many rotifers are in that one little tiny section. Say there's 10 of those tiny sections, then they multiply how many rotifers they count in the one section by 10, and that tells them how many rotifers are in the sample.
You mean you could see them?
You use a microscope. The microscope I got can see them. It's 47 lens and a 10 lens.
Did you specifically put the...
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't want the glare.
I didn't remember.
No, I lowered the curtain so we don't get the glare. Yeah, you can see them on a 470 times microscope.
Yeah, I see.
Well, that's how you know there's some in there, because otherwise you're just guessing how many you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
I
makes
know.
sure there's at least 200,000 in each starter bag.
Well, I've got those Ziploc bags. Wouldn't they do?
They're gonna leak.
Airtight.
I'd use a fish
Airtight.
bag, and well, if they don't leak, they'll do fine. If they do leak, they won't do fine. I just use a fish
I
bag
know.
and tie it with elastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you can use a bigger bag and you don't have to pack up 20 bags of these things.
Well, I know there's got to be a lot in there because the water went almost white before I noticed it, and I put some more of the green stuff in.
And how long did it take to go clear again?
And well, it's going clear. It's starting to go clear now.
How many days?
About a week.
Well, then that's not going that fast. You know the rotifers are really going fast when the water goes clear the next day. Or that afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taking a week to go clear, they're not going that fast. I always had them basically where I changed 1/3 of the water every day and put more green in it because it was going clear. Well, go get the white net and take that stuff out.
You go get it. I'm
Well, like
cleaning the
little
tank.
shrimp, right?
Which shrimp?
I said they swim around like shrimp.
Yeah, they swim around like brine shrimp, yeah. They got these little wavy thingy arms on their head, and that makes them look like they're rotating them. That's why they're called rotifers.
Yeah.
Or at least that's my theory. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
All right?
Yeah, unless I lost a lot of them and the water went white, almost white.
Well, if it was frothy, go get the net and scoop that stuff out before it settles underneath the rocks that you're doing now, Aaron.
You go get it. I'm cleaning the tank.
Yeah, but I'm watching.
Well, it ain't gone frosty. It's not frosty.
Frothy.
No, but when I put some of that green in there, like now, it's almost like a lime green.
Well, you want it Mountain Dew green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the color.
Oh, did you phone about the hotel?
That I added quite a bit. That's why it's taking long.
Well, if you add too much, they don't eat very efficiently because it's too thick for them. That's why you go for the Mountain Dew color, because then they can eat better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you call the hotel?
No.
Oh.
I haven't called them yet.
Well, you need to find out about the dogs.
I just got a call from my brother. He's just had a serious operation on his kidneys.
Oh, we might have to postpone the trip then.
Bladder, now they found out he's got prostate cancer.
Oh. So we might have to postpone the trip then?
I got a lot of them worms in the friggin' tank here. I'm looking at them now. Jeez.
The flatworms.
Falling up on the glass. They're green.
Green or reddish?
They're green.
And
These are green.
did you look them up online, look in planaria?
No. Not yet.
Well, Google flatworms or planaria and see if they look like that. Because
Yeah.
when I had them that one time, they were a rusty reddish brown color.
No. I'm looking at one now. It's got a lot of tentacles. Well, the tentacles. They're very fine.
How long are they?
Well, I got one in here. I got a couple in here about an inch long.
Oh, an inch long? Okay, if they're an inch long, they're not a flatworm. They're something else.
Did you ask him about the hotel?
Yeah.
He hasn't called yet because his brother's sick.
So
Got
we're
a
not
long,
going?
skinny tail on them.
Are we going to
Don't
Florida?
catch the fish.
I'm sorry, there's no way.
Well, you can maneuver the net to get around the fish.
Are we going to Florida?
Well, he hasn't given me an answer yet. I asked him. So you think we're still going to be able to go at the start of September?
The fall is waiting for July, the end of July, because they all know what's happening.
Yeah. Well, you should phone the hotel and find out if dogs are allowed, because I know she's got cats, but I don't know if she likes dogs or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can phone her.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm just wondering how to get rid of these fucking worms.
No cursing.
How am I going to get rid of these worms?
Well, stop cursing one way. It all depends. Like if they're an inch long, they're not a flatworm or something else.
No, they're not flat. These things are round, and they got a long. The tail goes right pointy, skinny.
Yeah.
Are they
Well,
bristle
they're not.
worms?
they're not. Are they bristle worms?
Just because he's on speakerphone does not mean you have to scream.
No, I know what the bristworms look like.
Yeah, bristle.
These are ugly looking things.
Well, bristle worms are kind of ugly too.
Well, I don't know. They got things like here just waves off them. Not too many.
Do they look like some kind of nudie brain?
Like a garden worm. If you look at them, you think it was something like a garden worm.
Well, a bristle worm looks kind of like that when they're smaller, and they got a little fluffy thing around the outside of them.
Yeah, these have got it.
Yeah, well, it sounds like bristle worms, because do you see them between the gravel and the glass and climbing up the glass in the corners and stuff?
They're on the glass. They're on the glass.
They're on the glass. Are they between the gravel and the glass at all?
They come out at night.
Yeah, bristle worms come out at night.
Up the glass. They
Yeah.
crawl up the glass, and then when the light comes on, then they start heading back.
Yeah, that's what bristle worms do. And bristle worms, you can use an arrow crab. They eat them. Various different wrasses eat them. You just got to find something that won't eat something you like.
Yeah, the fish just looks at them.
Yeah, well, most fish don't eat them. Most of the fish that eat them would be members of the wrasse family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tank is getting other stuff in it, and I don't even know what the hell what's in it.
No cursing.
He cursed a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not cursing.
You said HE double hockey sticks.
You what?
You said HE double hockey sticks.